Yeah, sure it does.
Grammarly's picked up 219 suggestions.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Wrestling Around podcast, where we are doing the Wrestling Around Summer Special. It is the ending of the saga of Terry Peters. It is the final in the trilogy. A momentous occasion. I think we can all agree. I've just seen the fifth guest. But we'll get into that in a minute. Well, I'll come back. Joining me is the world famous Terry Peters. Terry Peters, how are we doing?
Hello. Very good, thank you. How are
Um,
you?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you feeling? Your saga is coming to an end today.
Nervous, to be fair. See what happens.
Nervous?
See what happens.
A good nervous or a bad nervous? Excitement or what?
Yeah,
This
it's
is
excited. To be fair, here's a story for you. I woke up scared of an actual dream last week.
okay.
So,
I was going to say let's get into the mind of Terry Peters, but I think listening about his dreams is a lot safer.
so, uh, so I was very scared because of that. So this doesn't worry me because I'm awake when this is happening.
What was in your dream? Like a wasp?
No, my friend murdered the whole city manager and tried to frame me.
Wow. Come on, I need a bit more than
That
that.
was it. Literally, that was it. And then he was trying to frame me, and the rest. And then I woke up and actually went, "Oh," when I realized it was not real.
Um, all right, okay. Did you wake up in a hot sweat? Or what time of day are we waking up here?
About 6 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
It's a normal time. It wasn't like middle of the night. Although I did the other night, if I can work up from 3 till 5. What's that about?
Yeah, well, you're an old man now. Like, old people get up really early, don't
And then go back to sleep. Yeah,
they? Yeah.
yeah. Thankfully, I was working from home, so I didn't get out of bed till quarter to 8. It was great.
Oh, there we go. Also joining me is a world-class wrestling journalist and Corvette driving, Aaron. Aaron, how are we doing?
Yeah, busy boy.
Busy boy.
Uh,
Have you been up to it? Come on, let us know what's going on.
so I may not be Corvette driving for much longer.
Oh, this is a
Um,
development.
yeah, so it's going up for sale. Because I'm setting up my own business.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Finally,
oh
going all in on the wrestling journalism.
yeah,
Big
that's
fan
it.
of
Yeah,
that.
so money to be made. Wrestling journalism.
There we go. Well, you are you have the real star ratings.
Well, that's it. You know, credit where credit's due.
It's about time you got some more respect in the wrestling business. That's what I think.
Yeah, Dave Meltzer just needs to get off his high horse, doesn't
Dave Meltzer, someone needs to say this, needs to wind his neck in and realise that the wrestling world's moved on. And we have a new saviour in the form of Aaron.
he? Yeah,
Maybe that's
nice.
next, the saga
Yeah,
of Aaron after the saga of Terry Peters.
Well, it
quite
did kick off,
possibly.
didn't it? Master did kick off, didn't it? When
Yeah.
Aaron forced Dave Meltzer to retire. Which reminds me, actually, you are Dave Meltzer as well, so that's a
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, I've been practicing that one, so
You
don't
need
worry
to do.
about that.
Good.
And Lou, you're also here.
Howdy, I'm here.
And you're with a friend.
Glorious, yes.
Glorious Bob
That's right.
Roode is
I'm
back.
back.
How's your thumb, Bob?
Oh
That
well,
sounds fucking weird, doesn't it?
I've not been here for a while because one of the rest of the round crew slept with me and turned me over in the middle of the night. Left me injured.
Didn't know cousin Tom was a member of the wrestling around community.
God damn it. No, Ross, I heard you slept with Bob Roode.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
Yeah, I turned him round because I've got no respect for him. So
He's back. He's got a part in the play, hasn't he? So
in
got
my
to do it.
defence, I went. Well, I didn't go. I didn't go to sleep. I brushed my teeth and then came back in, and there was like a Bob Roode staring at me. So I can't have this. I didn't have the window. No, the blinds closed in your house, Lou. I didn't have the blinds closed because I wanted to be woken up by the sun in the morning. It's quite a nice way to wake up.
Yeah, for him.
Um,
Yeah, it's great.
and the moonlight was making Bob Roode look creepy as fuck. I had to turn him around.
Yeah.
I didn't just turn him around. I turned him around and threw him on the floor.
To be fair, he's got a lot of light in him now. It's just
That's weird, turning Bob Roode around and throwing him
yeah,
on the floor.
that's what
Yeah,
happened.
well,
Yes, that's what happened. I will
he,
sue.
he looks very Seamus-like today.
Yeah,
I thought you said shameless, like.
it's glowing now.
Yeah, well, we all know Bob Roode is shameless.
I can move him that way.
I've never seen shameless.
You're not missing out.
Okay.
That's better.
No, get out. Shameless is it's decent.
I can't say. I've only watched a couple. I can't say.
Not the American one. Don't want to watch the American one.
I was talking to an American at work the other day who was amazed there was a British version of Shameless.
Ah, fuck off.
Don't understand
Are
how it
they
works.
amazed there's a British version of the In-Betweeners as well?
Oh,
No,
that is
no,
dog. Right,
no,
I've
everyone
watched
hates-
every
yeah,
episode.
everyone hates
That is
that.
awful.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've seen clips and it looks absolutely dog shit.
Bust Ted. He shouts "Bust Ted."
Is that what you
Oh,
shout?
no.
That's
Yeah.
tired. Yeah.
Oh, get out.
It's
Bust
genuinely one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Wow. That's a statement.
And you've seen me,
Naked.
in my boxes, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you not in your boxes as well.
You've seen
Threw
me
up a
in-
little.
Yeah, you chucked a kettle at me.
No. Lou threw the kettle at you.
Oh, you burnt me, didn't you?
I bent you bald. Yeah. So, come on. All right. We're going to start throwing accusations out here. Lou took the kettle.
Oh, and I'm still hammered.
Yeah, Two Peters is still hammered. He has a drinking problem.
I do.
Right. We're doing the scripts. We've all had it sent to us. Does anybody want to sum up what's happened so far? For anybody who you haven't listened to the first two, it would be much easier if you pause this, go back in time, listen to the first two. But
Yeah.
can we have a quick summary?
I think I will release an edited version of us, but I can tell you. Actually, I can just get off my conversation with ChatGPT because I told it what happened.
I can't even remember. When did
And
we
the
last
last
record one of these?
Easter.
Easter. It's the Easter special.
Yeah,
We're
really-
two months ago.
We're really struggling.
3 months ago. Yeah.
Let me scroll to the top because I did tell ChatGPT exactly what happened.
I have no recollection of recording that at Easter whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it's taking its time.
It
It's
needs
a
to get
long old
yourself-
script, isn't it?
Yeah. Needs to get yourself down to here, Peters.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
sorry.
probably stinking drunk, Peters.
After drinking some of the finest H2O.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're always hammered. You know, come on. This is really Ted Peters' intervention.
Okay. Here's what happened in the last one.
Right, go on.
So obviously in the first one, Terry was killed. Then he had to save the world. He got his life back. Then he saved the world from Sidgwick by getting rid of his mustache.
Yeah, that he did.
That was the first. I had to be visited by Freecast.
Crooked one.
This one, the last one is previously Terry Bob and the Spooky Skank on a treasure hunt, searching for treasure left by deceased wrestler Conan. They were then killed by Stone Cold Steve Austin, who trapped them in a glass box and kicked them into the sea whilst they were trying to escape North Korea due to the Spooky Skank being deposed. They reached heaven and met two Diet Cokes as Widehead John was at a golf tournament. Two Diet Cokes mocked them a lot, but eventually convinced them to let them live. When Widehead John returned, he was livid at two Diet Cokes for letting them live, but decided he would kill the trio himself. Terry, Spooky, and Bob had amassed a crew, including the Backstreet Boys and Cilla Black, over the course of the quest. The Backstreet Boys and Cilla Black were killed by Long Widehead John Silver before Spooky Skank revealed he'd cut a deal with Widehead John and sold out Terry and Spooky. Widehead John then revealed he'd double-crossed Spooky Skank and sent all three to hell. The commentary team now realised that they need to go and get the treasure to save the trio's life. But Vince decided he's tired and he agrees to wait for a sequel. So that's what happened last time.
What a story.
So I told the AI to that and said, just knock yourselves out, but make sure it's in space. So that's where we begin with those parameters. New story, please. Following on and in space.
Right, there we go. Right, should we just get, I think the only time we can start is right now. Should we just get into it?
Yeah, so
We'll
remember
go for
your
it.
characters from last time. You've all got your main characters.
Yeah.
And then obviously Ross, any new character is highlighted green or another colour, but mainly green for you.
I'm every new character.
Well, not every new character. I've highlighted ones that other people can do them, but for the most part, yes.
Am I green?
Yes.
Right, any green, it's me.
Any green is you.
What
Does anybody else
characters
have
am
a
I?
colour?
You are Terry
And King Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un.
Okay.
Yeah. Commentary. You're blue there, Terry, if there's anything else. Aaron, you're yellow. I'm orange.
Blue.
If there's a character outside your normal ones. Oh, also, I'm the narrator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are we going? Are we ready?
Yeah,
Act one,
you
scene
have
one.
to introduce us properly. Like, introduce the thing, and then let's just go.
Yeah. The scene opens in hell. A fiery red backdrop with Terry, Spooky Skank, and Bob Roode milling about. Suddenly, a bright flash of light, and the characters find themselves on a futuristic spaceship.
What just happened? Last thing I remember, we were in hell.
That's me, innit?
Solid star.
It appears we're being teleported, but where?
It seems we're nope in space. Over the ship speakers, Vince McMahon's voice comes on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Malarkey Mondays in space.
Space? We're actually in space. I thought that was just a metaphor.
Oh shit. It seems Vince. Oh Jesus. Ethnicity knows no bounds.
Yep, sure.
That'll do.
This is certainly going to add some spicy meat to our show.
Vince, is that you?
Joe Biden, what is happening?
It seems our fate is once again intertwined with Malarkey Mondays.
Lights dim. Back in the end of scene 1. Sir,
How the fuck do I pronounce that word?
eccentricity.
Eccentricity.
Yeah.
That's a big word for
Oh,
a
eccentricity, I don't know.
that's a big word for a southern
Eccentricity.
Kim Jong Un.
Eccentricity, yeah. Yeah, so ChatGPT didn't really get the brief. We'll continue. It's kind of ignored the main plot point immediately. And it didn't really get any better. Anyway.
Right, there we go.
I sometimes try and pull it back and try it, but sometimes I just let it do its own thing.
You gotta like do what it wants to do.
Act 1, Scene 2, the spaceship control room. Vince McMahon, Joe Biden, Kim Jong Un, and Ainsley Harriott are seated around a futuristic table, looking at a holographic screen showing Terry, Spooky Skank, and Bob Roode.
Look at them. They don't have a clue. That's all like for good TV.
Now, hold on a minute. Weren't they in hell a minute ago?
They were indeed. I think Vince's new teleporter must have plucked them out.
Oh, this is a spicy meat situation we've got ourselves in.
Spicy indeed, Ainsley. Now let's get this show on the road.
A loud sound is heard. Ooh, what was that?
Oh, that's just a teleporter. I've invited a special guest.
Enter Larry Zabisco, dressed as a space captain. Captain Zabisco, reporting for duty.
Good to see you, Larry. Let the space madness begin.
Lights dim. Back at the end of scene 2. Setting things up well, I think.
Yeah, good stuff.
So far.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Good stuff in it, yeah. Great stuff. We return Act 1, Scene 3. We return to Terry, Spooky Skank, and Bob Roode. Still baffled in the spaceship's common area.
What are we going to do? We can't just sit around here being Vince's playthings.
Well, if we're here, we might as well use it to our advantage.
Skank's got a point. Remember the treasure? Maybe there's a way to find it here, in space.
You think so?
It's a lead. And right now, that's all we have.
Then it's settled. We're going on a cosmic treasure hunt.
A distant metallic clang reverberates throughout the spaceship, causing the trio to jump.
What was that?
Sounds like the start of a grand adventure, Terry.
Welcome to Malarkey Mondays.
The lights dim. Back at the end of scene 3. All the scenes end the same way. The lights dim.
Well, the lights are dimming.
I've noticed that.
Well, I suppose they can't just viciously turn off, can they?
So this is where I tried to pull the AI back on track slightly, but it went right back off again. So don't worry about it. That's not what's happening in this. Act 1, Scene 4. The scene opens on the control room, where Vince McMahon, Joe Biden, Kim Jong Un, and Ainsley Harriott are watching Terry, Spooky Skank, and Bob Roode through the holographic screen.
Yeah, well, it looks like they've decided to hunt for the treasure. In space!
But this is the treasure on Earth. Like, how are we going to find it here?
That's the fun part, Joe. They don't know, and we ain't gonna tell them.
Now, this is the kind of spicy meat situation that gets viewers hooked.
Enter Larry Zabisco, dressed in a spacesuit, carrying 2 Diet Cokes. Captain Zabisco, with refreshments!
Thanks, Larry. Looks like we're set for the best Malarkey Mondays episode yet.
The lights dim. Back in the end of scene 4.
My chef, the lights dimmed.
Dimming the lights.
Yeah. Is that some foreshadowing there? In that scene? Oh, is it? We'll find out. So we to Act 1. Scene. Also, yeah, each act has got about 15 scenes and there's 6 acts. So I've got to pace through. We'll discuss at the end of the act. The scene opens in the spaceship common area. Terry, Spooky Skank, and Bob Roode are trying to decipher a strange map that has appeared on the screen.
This doesn't make any sense. These symbols, they're not like any constellation I've seen before.
Maybe it's not a constellation. Maybe it's a code.
Or maybe it's just nonsense designed to keep us occupied.
Over the speakers, Vince McMahon's voice comes on and he starts singing Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen.
I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe.
Vince, what are you doing?
Just add a little fun to the atmosphere, Joe.
Now that's a spicy twist.
Great. As if this wasn't surreal enough.
Lights dim back at the end of scene 5. Yeah, that was an essay I just put in that.
He's such a dick.
I was watching Glastonbury at the time when she was playing it. It made sense.
It's
Calorie
Yeah.
Jeb End.
Scene
That is a
6.
banger.
The scene opens on a control room. Vince McMahon, Joe Biden, Kim Jong-un, and Ainsley Harriott are still watching Terry, Spooky Skank, and Bob Roode.
It's like watching a reality TV show.
And what a spicy meat of a reality show it is.
Enter Larry Zabisco carrying a tray of a single chocolate chip ice cream cone. Is that it?
Chocolate chip.
We both reach for the ice cream at the same time. I saw it first.
But I'm a guest here.
Now that's what I call a spicy situation.
Gentlemen, please, Larry, bring us more chocolate chip ice cream.
Right away, sir. Lights dim. Back at the end of scene 6. Really moving the story on.
Yeah. We get...
all this callbacks, so that you know what I mean.
You know, you gotta get the fan service on you. This is what the people want.
It is.
Act 1, scene 7. The scene opens in the spaceship common area. Terry is trying to decipher the strange map, standing directly under a hovering piano.
This doesn't make any sense.
The piano starts to shake ominously.
Terry, you might want to move.
Not now, Skank. I think I'm onto something.
Is it just me? Or does it feel like we're in a comedy play where Terry's about to be crushed by that piano?
Nah, it's too early in the play for that to happen.
They both laugh. Suddenly, the piano drops, crushing Terry. I guess it wasn't too early.
Apparently not.
Through the speakers, laughter can be heard from the control room.
What a twist.
Lights dim. Back at the end of scene 7.
Terry's dead.
What a twist.
What a twist. I'm dead.
Really tough.
Oh, he said
See,
those
eh?
pianos are no good.
The scene opens in the control room. Vince McMahon, Joe Biden, Kim Jong-un, and Ainsley Harriott are watching the scene where Terry lies crushed under the piano. Poor Terry.
He was a good wrestler.
Spicy personality will be missed.
Come on, guys. It's not like it's gone for good. Remember, this is my last game Mondays.
But he's crushed under a piano, Vince.
Don't worry. We have ways.
Spicy ways, I hope.
Oh, you'll see. You'll all see.
The lights dim. Back at the end of scene 8. Ainsley's character in is just something else.
He likes his phrases, doesn't he, Ainsley?
Yeah. He
Going down
sure-
to a T, aren't they? Really?
Sure does. It's what he's always like in real life. Act 1, scene 9. The scene opens in a bright, ethereal setting. Terry Peters is standing there, looking around confused. 2 Diet Cokes enters the scene.
Well, if it isn't Terry Q or Peters, I thought we had an agreement. You keep your bald head out of heaven.
What do you mean?
You've been crushing the piano, genius. You're dead again.
Dead? But it's too early for that.
Well, it seems like our pal Vince McMahon is losing his touch. No offense, but his plotline, Tony Khan and pulling something so basic.
Who's Tony Khan?
Never mind. Look, your being here is a problem. Widehead John is good. Clay pigeon shooting with Boris Flora. But when he's back, he'll be pissed. He wanted to kill you himself. Sending you back so early might ruin the whole play.
What?
Don't worry about it. Look, just go back and stay alive for a while longer, okay?
With a wave of his hand, 2 Diet Cokes sends Terry back to the land of the living.
Oh, I'm back. Yes,
The
boys.
lights dim. Back at the end of scene 9.
Oh,
Nice
twists.
nice early death.
Yes, boys.
Yeah. Act 1, scene 10. The scene opens in the spaceship common area. Suddenly, Terry Peters crawls out from under the piano, gasping for air. Terry, you're alive?
How did you?
Widehead John coming for us.
Widehead John, but he's...
Yep, he's very real and very dangerous. We need to be prepared.
Wait, who's Tony Khan?
I don't know. Some wrestling guy, I think.
Well, we've got bigger problems right now.
Right. Widehead John. They all look at each other with a sense of foreboding in the air. The lights dim, marking the end of scene 10. Act 1, scene 11.
A lot of shade getting thrown around in this.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. The scene opens in the control room. Joe Biden is scratching his head, looking utterly confused. Vince McMahon is still laughing, watching the screen where the characters are huddled in fear. I'm not sure I'm following all this, Vince.
That's not a kid, Joe.
Well, there's a lot going on. Terry dies, then he doesn't, and then there's someone named Tony Khan.
All right. Let me break it down for you.
Vince begins to summarize.
So, Terry Peters, our ball wrestling hero, was crushed by a piano, died, went to heaven, where he met two Diet Cokes, who's an angel with an attitude. Two Diet Cokes resurrect Terry because it's too early in the play for him to die.
Vince continues.
Terry comes back to life, wants his friends, Bob Roode and the Spooky Skank, and Widehead John is coming for them. The trio now knows they're in danger.
Vince pauses, glancing at the screen.
And that's where we are now. Oh, it's Tony Khan, some wrestling guy that two Diet Cokes mentioned. Nothing to worry about. For now.
Joe nods, finally understanding the storyline. Got it. I think. Lights dim, marking the end of scene 11 and Act 1.
Oh, good stuff. What an opening.
This
Well done.
Is cinema.
Gripping.
Cinema.
This is great.
So how do you think the story finishes?
I'm going to be ruler of the world.
I'm not sure, but I think Terry Peters will die at least 3 times.
Oh, yeah, I've got a lot of deaths in me, but I still end up being king.
Is it any Terry Peters murdering Widehead John? Is that?
We'll find out. We'll find out, won't we?
Does Widehead John shit in Terry Peters' mouth?
Ugh.
No, that's what happens. Aaron's guessed it. Aaron's clearly scrolled down. That's on the next five acts. I just shit in him house. Right. Are you ready for Act 2?
I think so.
Act 2, Scene 1. The scene opens in heaven with Widehead John and two Diet Cokes. Widehead John looks furious, while two Diet Cokes is trying to act nonchalant.
I can't believe this. Terry Peters, Bob Roode, and that skank, they've somehow escaped hell and end up in this space.
In space, you say, how fascinating.
Don't you understand? If someone else kills them before I do, I'll be devastated.
Devastated, yeah. Will be a shame if a random occurrence with them in the theatre.
Yes, like a meteor strike, or a black hole, or a piano hanging in space.
Two Diet Cokes, constantly trying to hide his amusement.
A piano in space? That would be improbable.
Regardless, I need to get to space. I need to find them, and I need to kill them myself.
The lights dim, marking the end of Scene 1. For some reason, I've then left in ChatGPT's summary of what's happened. So ChatGPT was telling me what he was doing and why each scene was really good as he was writing it. So that's what's happened here with that one. So cheers, ChatGPT. As we move on to Scene 2, we're back in the common area. The scene opens in the spaceship's common area. Terry, Bob, and Spooky are huddled together, discussing their plan.
We need to find the treasure. It's the only way we can defeat Widehead John.
But where can we find it? In space.
Wait a second. I've got an idea. Bob pulls out a futuristic-looking device, starts typing it into it. Aha! Dave Meltzer's space boat shack. It's only 2 galaxies away.
Good job, Bob. Let's head there that way.
To the space boats.
They head off towards the spaceship control room, marking the end of Scene 2. Are you ready, Russ? To bring the character back. That we all remember. Dave had his own storyline where Aaron Franklin made him retire, and Dave moved on to sell boats in the Caribbean / face. Act 2, Scene 3. The scene opens with Terry, Bob, and Spooky standing outside Dave Meltzer's spaceboat shack. The sign above the door twinkles with tiny lights. They knock, and after a moment, the door creaks open. Dave Meltzer appears, sporting a big grin. I'm just going to leave it there.
Whatever. Yeah, Terry Peters, Bob Roode, and our Spooky Skank. That brings your fellas to me spaceport shack.
We need that space boat. Dave, we're on a mission to find a treasure and defeat Widehead John.
I see. You're going up against the big guy himself. A dangerous game, man. That's just joking.
Prefer to take the risk.
Well then, if you're determined to face the dangers of deep space, I suggest you strike Widehead John before he strikes you.
We'll keep that in mind.
Good. Now about the spaceport. I just got the one for you. A Japanese model built in Tokyo. I give it 6 stars.
They pranked him. They clarify the new spaceport. Marking the end of scene 3. This next scene's my favourite one. Great stuff. The scene picks up where the previous scene left off, with Terry, Bob, and Spooky about to depart in a new spaceport.
Dave, do you know where we can find Widehead John?
You want the directions to John, right?
Yes, to Widehead John.
You want the directions to John, right?
Yes, Dave, to Widehead John.
You want the directions to John, right?
Yes, Dave. We're looking for Widehead John.
All right, man. You've been on to hang around a mysterious place called the Lodge, but be careful. It's a strange place.
They thank Dave once again. They set the cost for the lodge. Back at the end of scene 4. Oh, great. Act 2, scene 5. The scene transitions back to the commentary team who have been following the events through their monitors. I don't like this. The lodge, that doesn't sound very spacey.
Ah, spicy. God damn it, pal. Let's not pull that thread.
Yes, let's not question the locals. Oh, fuck. Yeah, let's not question the locals' names. That's the least of our worries right now.
Spicy situation, innit? We gotta trust the lads. They've got some spicy meat on their side.
I guess you're right. I just hope they know what they're doing.
The good guys, pal. They always know what they're doing.
The scene ends with the team continuing to monitor the trio's journey. Act 2, scene 6.
The lights aren't dimming anymore. What's going on?
Yeah, it's just giving up doing that, isn't it? It's just,
Yeah.
That's it. Obviously,
just
someone's finger got tired of dimming and undimming.
yeah, it changes the format like halfway through as well, which is frustrating, but you know, we'll go with it. Act 2, scene 6. The scene transitions back to Terry, Bob, and Spooky in the spaceboat. The dashboard starts blinking ominously, and the sound of the engine sputters.
Is it supposed to do that?
No idea, mate. This is my first time piloting a 6-star spaceboat.
Did we forget to put gas in it?
It runs on gas. I thought it was solar powered.
Or maybe that's the blinker fluid. Do spaceships have blinker fluid? They all stare at each other for a beat, then they all start laughing.
This is why we should have paid more attention during the crash course.
Let's stop there. Maybe we can find someone to help us.
They adjust their course and head towards the planet, marking the end of scene 6. Good stuff so far.
Outstanding work.
Act 2, scene 7. The scene shifts to a distant mechanics workshop where they find Larry Zabisco under the hood of a vintage spaceship. Terry, Spooky Skank, and Bob Roode, what brings you guys to this side of the universe?
We're having some trouble with our ship. It's 6-star Meltzer.
Meltzer 6 stars? He's got a deal in Japanese, I tell you. You should have checked the Franklin ratings. This one's a -10 on those. -10?
Well, the ship is named Natalia, so the Franklin rating makes sense.
What's that got to do with anything? Spooky Skank hands Larry Zabisco the keys.
Can you fix it?
Sure thing, but I heard you guys are heading towards the lodge. That's no place for a fine young lady like yourself, Spooky. Spooky Skank looks taken aback, a little offended.
I can handle myself, thank you.
Larry Zabisco shrugs, turns back to the ship, and starts working on it. Oh.
Lodge.
Up the lodge.
Wow.
Oh, we don't know what it's going to be like. We just know it's we're looking for John. It's no place for a fine young lady. That's all we know. So
Up the lodge.
we move to Act 2, Scene 8. The scene continues in Larry Zabisco's workshop. Larry finishes fixing his spaceship and hands the keys back to Terry. There you go. She's as good as new. I've tapped off the blinker fluid for you. We still don't know if spaceships need blinker fluid, Larry. But let's hope you never have to find out. Spooky Skank walks around the fixed ship, inspecting Larry's work.
Good job, Larry. If you ever decide to quit being a mechanic, you can have a promising career in the women's fashion.
Thanks, I guess. They climb back into the ship, waving goodbye to Larry.
Thanks, Larry. We'll see you on the flip side.
Larry waves back as they lift off, disappearing into the stars. Once they're out of sight, Larry pulls out an old-fashioned rotary phone from under a tarp. He dials a number carefully. They're coming! The scene ends, leaving a sense of mystery hanging in the air.
Larry Zabisco stabbing us in the back.
Oof. He's also had two jobs so far.
Oh, Snake.
Yeah, I wonder if that plot line goes anywhere, or if the AI forgets all about it. We'll find out. The scene continues. Act 2, Scene 9. The scene transitions back to the Malarkey Mondays commentary booth. Vince McMahon, Joe Biden, Kim Jong-un, Ainsley Harriott are once again in front of the camera.
So Terry, Bob, and a Spooky Skank are heading to the lot, Jay.
Yes, it's quite a spicy meatball situation.
I still think they misunderstood something. The lodge doesn't sound like... He gets cut off by Vince, who has just discovered a baguette on the table.
What in the blue blazes is this?
Vince, that's a baguette.
A bread sausage? About the bread with around the sausage.
No, Vince, a baguette is just a long loaf of bread.
God damn it, pal. What will they think of next?
The scene ends with the commentary team laughing and Vince examining the baguette in disbelief. And as the scene brings some lightheartedness back into the narrative after the suspenseful ending of the previous. Cheers, ChatGPT.
I can picture Vince McMahon getting confused by baguette.
Not knowing what a baguette is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
God damn it.
Now this is the scene. Are you ready?
No.
Act 2, Scene 10. The scene transitions to the trio spaceship, land on a remote and story planet. The sky is a swirling mix of dark clouds, punctuated by occasional lightning. In the distance, they can see a luminous structure that appears to be the lodge.
Is that it?
Looks like it.
Bit more foreboding than I imagined.
What were you expecting? A cosmic spiratory?
More like a cosmic haunted house. They share a laugh before suddenly the ship lurches as they land. The laughter dies down, replaced by a tense silence.
Let's tread carefully.
The scene ends as they prepare to disembark, head towards the ominous lodge under the stormy sky. Oh, it's tense. As ChatGPT is telling us, it sets the scene for their encounter at the lodge.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this is going.
Yeah.
You've scrolled ahead and I know where it's going.
Act 2, Scene 11.
I'm
It's true.
going to know where it's going.
The trio is seen obviously walking towards the lodge. The stormy weather casting eerie shadows around them. The lantern of pipes clanging together can be heard in the background. What is that sound?
Sounds like piping.
This must be it. Widehead John must be here.
They approach the massive door of the lodge. Its imposing structure looming above them.
Okay, I'm going to knock.
Wait, shouldn't we have a plan first?
Yes, we should, but I think Terry's right. We need to confront Widehead John. The element of surprise may be our best bet. Terry takes a deep breath and knocks on the door. As the sound echoes around them, they steel themselves for the confrontation that lies ahead. The scene ends with a suspenseful moment before the door is answered. Wow.
I've just seen this coming up.
Some strange sounds.
For fuck's sake.
Strange sounds be made in the lodge. Let's move on to scene 12. Remember, there's 4 more acts after this. This is the second act, so we're already at the lodge. The door creaks open, and standing there is none other than Lembit Opik, a politician known for his comedic forays into celebrity culture.
Well, you look like you've taken a wrong turn at Andromeda. You were looking for John, right?
The trio is shocked. They look at each other, mouths agape, then back at Lembit.
Where's Widehead John?
Widehead John? This is not his haunt, chaps. This is a lodge for retired British TV celebs.
He gestures behind him to reveal a party of minor British TV celebrities in the background.
Oh, we were told to find Widehead John here.
Sounds like you've been living a wild goose chase, lads. Fancy a cuppa?
But we were so sure. The scene ends with the trio looking lost.
Why is Lambert
And
home
Lambert-
fit?
Lambert
Daffy
chucking-
Duck.
Chucking Harley.
It's got a list for it.
Is it?
I don't know. He's Daffy Duck, isn't he?
He does now.
Yeah.
Thought he did.
Incredible work.
Yeah, good stuff. Who saw that twist coming? Wow.
Fucking Lambert home.
Are you ready, Ross?
The next one's just Ross on his own, pretty much.
Are you ready for this next scene? Act 2, Scene 13. The trio enters the lodge and they're greeted by a diverse group of minor British TV celebrities. Each of them is eccentric in their own way.
Come in, lads. Welcome to the fray.
Heads turn as they enter, and one by one, the celebrities come to greet them. John Sargent, the former BBC political correspondent, is now enthusiastically playing ping pong.
Oh, fresh faces. We could do with some new ping pong rivals.
Anne Widdecombe is knitting in the corner.
Well, I do hope they don't cause too much ruckus, John.
Susan Boyle appears.
I can offer some singing lessons if anyone's interested.
You could do with some skank.
Spencer Matthews is mixing a cocktail at the car.
I say, you chaps are fans of the old-fashioned?
Old-fashioned what?
Nick Knowles is doing DIY in a chair.
Can I give you a quick lesson in chair mending if you fancy?
Fuck off, Nick Knowles. Les Dennis appears.
I've got a great job for you all, lads. Let's drink tea. Because it might lead to a TKO.
Everyone groans, but there are some polite chuckles. Carol Vorderman is playing Sudoku.
How about a friendly match of numbers and logic? I warn you, I'm good.
I can't count past 10 without taking off my shoes.
Anthony Wall Thompson is preparing a dish.
How about the cook-off then? Best meat dish wins.
Count me in. I can make a mean meatloaf.
As they mingle with the celebrities, there's laughter and light-hearted banter. Despite the initial disappointment, the trio seems to enjoy the diversion. Well done, Russ.
That was outstanding work.
Well done. Do you know what the great thing about that list of celebrities is? ChatGPT named them all. I literally just said minor TV celebrities, and that's what he came up with.
I love that it hates Nick Knowles.
Oh, I put that bit in because I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Bit
But yeah,
disappointed.
great stuff. Right, Ross, you better get prepared for this next. Well, we'd all do actually. For this next bit.
I don't know who half of these people are.
How do you know who Susan Boyle is?
Yeah, but I've looked at the next one. I've quite got a bloody clue who she is.
Well, you can't argue with artificial intelligence, Russ. Act 2, Scene 14. The party is in full swing. Laughter fills the room as Terry, Bob, and Spooky Skank join Susan Boyle on stage for karaoke. The opening bars of a familiar song start to play, and a collective cheer goes up.
All right, lads, let's give this a roll.
Terry, Bob, and Spooky start to sing I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. Their voices resonate in a room. You are
Me,
I'm
fine.
the
The one I desire. Believe me
when
I say
I
want
it
that way. Tell me why.
The crowd goes wild, clapping and cheering. Skank's face, however, takes on a nostalgic and sorrowful expression.
But we are two worlds apart. Can't reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way.
His voice falters, a tear rolling down his cheek. The room goes silent.
Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake.
He trails off, the microphone dropping from his hands. The room is silent. Everyone watching as Skank leaves the stage.
That was quite beautiful, dear.
The room breaks into applause again. The party resuming, but there's a bittersweet undertone now.
I knew the skank had so much emotion.
I know. Whatever. I feel bad not giving myself a singing solo now because that was completely accidental, that one. But you know, maybe next time, maybe scene 4. Act 2, Scene 15. The minor celebrities in the trio have gathered in a hushed circle, listening as Skank tells his story.
I used to know them, the Backstreet Boys. They were part of our crew once upon a time. We lost them in a battle against Widehead John.
The room falls silent. The gravity of Skank's words setting upon them. Jimmy Carr and Lucy Alexander on small Spooky Skank.
That's terrible, mate. You need to avenge them.
The celebrities murmur in agreement. Their jovial expression's gone.
I don't know what I did for him. Here, take some cheese and wine for your journey.
Anthony, where'd this come from? You didn't pay for it, did you?
Anthony rolls his eyes, but doesn't answer. Laughter fills the room. The tension broken. Eric Turner stands to raise a toast.
To the Backstreet Boys and to the lads avenging him. Now go kill the bastard. I'm getting Katona.
The trio look at each other, and then at the crowd, their resolve strengthened. Wow.
Who's Lucy Alexander?
She
Holmes
under the hammer.
Fucking hell, we missed a trick not having Dion Dublin show the stairs to the bedrooms, didn't we?
Yeah.
Get the tube out.
Next time.
Oh, does she not do under Holmes and the hammer anymore? Oh,
No, she left. I remember Adam Allen's been really annoyed about it.
obviously.
Of course, he's watching those under the hammer.
I used to get home from work and watch that day's episode.
Just have a cardly going as.
Are you a cider man these days, Lou?
I bought loads of it, and it's been there for a while, so I'm drinking it. It's just like alcoholic strawberry juice, isn't it?
It's nice, isn't it?
It's a nice, yeah.
Just gets a bit heavy after a while because it's real sweet.
Yeah, I'm on my 5th can now, so I'm feeling it.
Your teeth will be falling out in no time.
Act 2, scene 16. The commentary booth is buzzing with excitement.
What a scene. We have Lambert Ulpick, Jimmy Carr, Lucy Alexander, Anthony Warhol Thompson, Gary Katona, and even Noel Fielding. I tell you, it's like we've run a hell of a reality TV show.
I still can't get over that guy Anthony's generosity. Who offers cheese and wine in a spaceship, huh? What was the question that Terry asked about paying?
Now, Joe. Let's not get into that spicy meat.
Buys the meat, you say, Ainsley. Don't you mean cheesy business?
Everyone in the booth burst into laughter.
All I can say is our trio is ready to kick some spicy meat, all right.
They continue laughing, oblivious to the upcoming trials our heroes face. The scene fades out to their laughter. Oh, what a beautiful scene.
Lovely.
Wrapping it up. Why the fuck did Noel Fielding come?
Yeah, why was no Fielding there? I feel as though it was like his character in the office in IT Crowd. Yeah.
I like to think that if this was ever done as a video, he would just be hanging about in the background.
Or maybe he's in Act 2, scene 17. Widehead John is peering at a holographic screen that displays the trio's activities.
I can't believe this. First they escaped my clutches, and now they are partying with the likes of Lambert Ulpick, Jimmy Carr, Lucy Alexander, Anthony Warhol Thompson, Kerry Katona, and even Noel Fielding.
Well, it's not like the party with 20 cans, is it? No, that would be a disaster.
I did not ask for your opinion, Cokes.
Oh, lighten up, John. Here, let me remember a little bit to lift the mood.
No, and no. There will be no rapping in this establishment. They are having the time of their lives, and we need to plan their demise, not hold a concert.
Sudhai Kirk shrugs and moves away. The holographic screen flickers with the images of the trio as they continue their journey, oblivious to the anger they have stared up. I was really hoping that Sudhai Kirk would rap there. That was
That's where I thought it was going.
Yeah, I did.
just a Love Island quote from like 10 years ago. Act 2,
to rap a little bit to lift the
19.
mood.
A lot of scenes.
No, I can't do that.
A lot of scenes in this act.
But it is. It's a big act. It's a big act, though, isn't it? It's establishing everything.
True. Yeah.
This is the last one, Peter's there. So.
Yeah. Act 2, scene 18. The commentary team, Vince, Kim, Joe, and Ainsley, are discussing the recent events.
I love a good party. Lambert Ulpick. Oh, there's a guy who knows to have fun.
And that Anthony Warhol Thompson, can he cook or what? Maybe I should try cooking.
Hey, you sure about that, Kim? I mean, the last time you tried to make a sandwich, you ended up setting the toaster on fire.
That's me, innit? Sorry. That was a one-time thing, Joe, and it's not like you can even boil water.
Oh, come on, guys. At least Kim's not trying to feed us those bread sausages.
I still can't believe those are a thing.
I know, right? And Kim thinks he can cook.
Enough about that, guys. Have you noticed they're calling 2 Diet Cokes just Cokes now?
That's interesting. I wonder if it's a space thing or maybe a nickname. You know, like how Vince is the Loss.
Or like how Joe is, Mr. Can't Boil Water.
Really, Vince? Really?
Got you there, Joe.
Okay. Enough of the kitchen battles. We've got a trio to watch, a villain to track, and a space journey to narrate.
Well said, Ainsley, well said. Now let's get back to it then, shall we?
They all nod and turn their attention back to the holographic screen, ready for the adventures that await in Act 3. Act 2 was a rollercoaster there, wasn't it?
Felt like the lack of Ainsley's spicy jokes.
Oh,
in that
yeah.
last
No,
half-
just
in that
the
last
Yeah.
scene.
Just
At least he's got words this time.
It's just
It's not just
stop
spicy meat.
He's got a bit of depth to his character now.
Wow, what an act.
Yeah. Oh, we get the X signal.
Peter's poops.
Peter's poops. Right. Well, we'll just we'll pause there.
I'll be as
Peter's
quick as I can.
Act 3, Scene 1. The scene opens with the trio, Terry, Bob, and Spooky Skank, aboard the spaceboat as they traverse the expanse of space.
Okay, so we've got a lot of planets to cover. Where do you reckon we should start?
Let's think. Widehead John is pretty pretentious. He'd probably be somewhere grand, like a royal planet or something.
Right, because there's a planet out there with a sign that says Royal Planet. Come on, Bob.
Well, it was just a thought, Skank.
I think it's worth a shot. We could look for planets known for their luxury or elegance. Those might be the places where Widehead John would frequent.
I guess it's as good a place to start as any.
The ship's console beeps, catching their attention. Hey, we've got a message from Dave Meltzer.
Dave, what does he want?
Says here he's got some new spaceships for sale. Special deal for us since we're in the biz.
He really knows how to turn a profit, doesn't he?
Suppose he does. Maybe we'll drop by later, but for now, let's focus on finding Widehead John.
The trio once again set their sights on their mission, preparing for the unpredictable journey ahead. So that was me trying to bring Dave Meltzer back in, and ChatGPT just ignored it completely.
Wow.
Not having it, was it?
He didn't want to go down that route. Just twice now. He took the wrap out. And he's took...
We've just seen the next scene.
Oh yeah, good luck us with this one.
Yeah, for God's sake.
The scene begins with Terry, Bob, and Spooky Skank stepping onto the surface of the Ham planet, slipping and sliding as they try to find their footing on the greasy surface.
Who knew there were planets made entirely of ham?
Kind of a shame, really. All this ham going to waste.
I wouldn't be so sore. I saw a chunk of ham with a bite mark over there.
They suddenly hear a grunting sound behind a ham hill. They look over to see a figure wrestling with a large chunk of ham. The figure turns around, revealing a ham-made Macho Man, Randy Savage, the Ham Show Man.
Oh yeah, dig it. This is the cream of the crop, brother.
Macho Man? Is that really you?
In the ham flesh, brother. Call me the Ham Show Man, Randy Savage.
Wow, space is weirder than I thought.
You know if Widehead John's been here, Hamcho Man.
Haven't seen him, brother. Uh-huh. Let's just been here resting these ham boulders.
All right, thank you, Hamcho Man.
They bid their farewells to the Ham Show Man aboard their ship, leaving the ham planet behind as they continue their journey in search of Widehead John. What a meaningful scene.
What a ridiculous scene.
So literally all I said on that one. I should leave my prompts in really so you can see what I said. I literally put they land on a planet made of ham. Hampshire Man is entirely.
Brilliant.
That was very Wrestling Around Wrestling Federation Weekly Wednesday
It
Wrestling.
was good though. We should make that. Well, that's a Mech Ollie as well. We have to get back into that. Act 3, Scene 3. The scene switches back to the commentary team. Their faces filled with bemusement and disbelief.
Oh man, what an actual living fuck.
I mean, come on, Vince. You have to admit that was pretty funny.
All my years, I've seen some bizarre things, but a macho man made out of ham.
I reckon it'd be quite the delicacy on some planets. Fancy a bite, Vince?
God, no, ham is the last thing I want right now.
Never thought I'd see the day where Vince McMahon is scared of a bit of ham.
All right. Enough about the ham. Let's get back to tracking the trio. They still haven't found Widehead John.
Cena entered the commentary team back on track. The laughter echoing through the commentary booth. But yeah, Ross, no wonder you're really putting your heart into these Vince.
Yes.
I'd love to see you at work on a Monday morning explaining why once a quarter your voice disappears.
I had a cold last time and I completely lost my voice the next day. So
I've just seen what comes up in the next act. Or scene, sorry.
Lovely stuff. Act 3, Scene 4. The trio, Terry, Bob, and Spooky, land their ship on an unusual planet. The planet is covered with a surface that seems to be made entirely out of custard. The trio step out and are quite surprised.
Is this planet made out of mustard custard?
It is. It's custard. How weird.
Only in space, huh? Just then, Stone Cold Steve Austin appears from behind a custard mound. He's got a comically oversized wooden spoon in his hand.
Terry Peters, it's time for your just desserts.
Terry looks terrified. Stone Cold charges towards him, spoon held high.
Stone Cold, you lunatic, leave me alone.
Stone Cold keeps chasing Terry on the custard-covered landscape. Terry manages to dodge each of Stone Cold's swipes with the spoon. Get in the ship, Terry. We've got to get out of here. Stone Cold continues his pursuit as Terry, Bob, and Spooky clamber back into their ship. They take off, leaving Stone Cold standing alone on the custard planet, looking up at the escaping ship and shaking his fist.
You can run, Terry Peters, but you can't hide.
Stone Cold shouts fades as the scene ends, the trio escaping his grasp. Yeah, again.
Incredible work.
What the fuck's going on with the next one?
Act 3, Scene 5. The commentary team, Vince Shaw, and the Big Show, are in their booth, observing the recent events.
Oh, damn, it's so cold. Just try to kill Terry with a wooden spoon.
Looks like it. That was a close call, Terry.
But why is Stone Cold so determined to kill Terry? This is getting out of hand.
Maybe he thinks Terry makes a good ingredient for some cosmic stew.
They all chuckle, except for Joe, who looks worried. This isn't just about Terry, you guys. What if Stone Cold goes after all of us next?
He wouldn't dare. Besides, we're safely here in the booth. Now let's focus on the action.
The scene ends with the commentary team, except Joe, laughing heartily.
Why the fuck was Big Joe there?
I don't know. I don't know. ChatGPT just decided it was time for the Big Show to show commentary.
Is he still?
I don't know. That's what we'll find out, won't we? Act 3, Scene 6. Terry, Bob, and Spooky are flying through space again, a little west away after their encounter with Stone Cold Steve Austin. They're currently in the cockpit of their spaceship. I never thought I'd say this, but being chased by Stone Cold with a wooden spoon was one of the most terrifying moments in my life.
I'll second that. We really need to find Widehead John and get this over with.
You're right. We're losing time. Let's put our heads together and figure out where they could be hiding.
The trio brainstormed for a while, discussing various space locations and trying to predict Widehead John's moves. They finally decided on a probable location. That's it! The Lost Nebula! It's a dangerous place, but it's the perfect hideout for someone like Widehead John.
All right, set a scene for the Lost Nebula. We're going after Widehead John.
The scene ends with their spaceship zooming off towards the Lost Nebula.
Who's going towards luxurious planets? And they went to one made of ham and one made of custard.
Yeah.
That's more luxurious.
To be fair, you could have luxurious ham and luxurious custard.
Exactly. Yeah. And Stone Cold has a big wooden spoon house. What more do you want? Act 3, Scene 7. The commentary team are all sitting in their usual spots. Vince starts to give a summary of the story so far.
All right, all the boys have been all over the galaxy, from the Ham planet to nearly getting whipped by Steve Austin's wooden spoon. And now they're en route to the Lost Nebula. They're really survivors. They're really serving cunt.
Wait, what did you just say?
I said they're serving cunt. Going above and beyond, giving it their all.
Vince, mate, I think you mean serving court. That means that means that they're giving it their all.
Does it? Well, whatever. They're giving their 110%, and that's what matters.
I can't believe you just said that, Vince.
Hey, I'm just trying to keep up with all the lingo these days.
They all laugh as the scene ends, leaving the audience in anticipation of the next adventure. Ah, great stuff. What a scene.
Lovely stuff.
I'll kill enough filler in here.
And Seven can. Sorry for that. Act 3, Scene 8. Our trio, Terry, Bob, and Spooky, are in a spaceship zooming towards their next destination.
Guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Are those the rings of asteroids circling the planet?
And is that planet, is it made entirely of glitter?
Oh, God.
They all look at each other, the fear and hilarity of the situation palpable.
Well, let's hope Widehead John isn't afraid of a little sparkle.
They buckle up as they turn onto the glitter planet. The shine reflects in their eyes, and their future's uncertain.
And may God have mercy on our souls.
The scene ends as their spaceship disappears into the sparkling atmosphere of the glitter planet.
I hope this doesn't go where I'm thinking it's going.
Well,
I've already gone ahead.
Act 3, Scene 9. Vince, Aisley, Kim, and Joe at a commentary desk, watching the spaceship zooming towards the glitter planet.
Well, they can't possibly be going in there, can they? The lot was already a risky move.
I don't believe it. It's too ludicrous, even for wrestling around.
Well, they do have a penchant for absurd.
It certainly is absurd, but can you imagine a whole planet made of glitter? What a sight.
Glitter, notorious for getting everywhere. I can't think of a worse hell.
Isn't that the truth, pal? Glitter is the herpes of the craft world. They may never escape.
The commentators share a laugh. The absurdity of the situation, making them momentarily forget the danger the trio are in. Wow.
Wow, what a description of glitter that is.
Incredible.
That was well swerved, wasn't it?
That was amazing.
Yeah, the AI came up with Glitter Planet all itself, so I thought I'd better,
Just check what's going on.
mention that elephant in the room. But Herpes line, completely AI. I'm assuming it's based off Vince's last line in the scene before. Let's put two and two together. But yeah, it's a good point. Gets everywhere. Act 3, Scene 10. The trio land on the glitter planet. They're surrounded sparkling in every direction. Everything is made of glitter. The ground, the trees, even the air seems to shimmer.
God, it's blinding. This whole place is like a giant disco ball.
It's certainly different. I feel like I'm inside one of those snow globes.
Just imagine how hard it'll be to get all this glitter off us. It's going to be in every nook and cranny.
Maybe we should have packed some duct tape.
Or a vacuum cleaner. As they continue to joke and explore the glittery environment, they notice something moving in the distance.
Do you see that? Looks like we aren't alone on this glittery nightmare.
They all stop and look in the direction Terry is pointing. The silhouette of a figure is visible in the distance. I guess we'd better check it out. They move towards the figure, unaware of the surprise that awaits them. Pivotal scene coming up, maybe. Or maybe not.
Right, is this new character me?
No, it's still us.
You're
Yeah,
orange, I
next
think,
one.
Aaron, aren't you?
My colours are different, I think, because I don't know why it's pulled who different, but it was.
Should be green.
Yeah, it's green on mine.
Yeah, man.
So I'm green.
No, Ross is green. You're like the orange.
Okay.
Yeah, you're yellow, I think.
Yeah, yellowy orange.
Yeah, you've got one coming up in a minute.
I use very
Ah,
different
yeah.
colours, so we'll
Yeah.
just discuss that. I can mess the colours up. Act 3, Scene 11. The trio cautiously approach the figure. As they get closer, they start to recognize him. It's Craig Revel Howard. It's Craig Revel Howard. Sorry.
Am I green?
No.
He's not there. Come on, man.
Oh, sorry, I read in the wrong line. Craig Revel Howard, what the hell are you doing on a glitter planet?
Well, I did always have a penchant for sparkle, darlings. Nothing on this place.
But how did you even get here? Last time I checked, you were judging dance competitions, not space traveling.
Darling, one can never predict where life's cha-cha-chas will take you. Now, if you're here to see Widehead John, I'm afraid you're in the wrong place. He was here, but he's since sashayed away.
So we came all here for nothing.
Oh, no, not necessarily, my dear. He did mention something about heading towards the nebula of disco. Perhaps you might find him there, darling.
All right, thanks, Craig, and good luck with whatever this is.
They tend to leave, as they do. Craig starts to dance, sending glitter flying into the air.
Remember, darlings, keep dancing.
Right, what a scene. AI is really saving it today. Right, so who was the ghost last time? Ross, you were ghost of present.
Yes.
I can't remember who the other ghosts were.
I think you was one, Lou.
So I've made myself yet to come.
Yeah,
and
I think that's
Aaron is Christmas past. Was that right?
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
right.
I think so.
Excellent. Right. Well, that's a spoiler for this scene. Act 3, scene 12. Widehead John sits brooding in his dark castle in a nebula of disco. The three ghosts materialize before him.
Widehead John, you're in grave danger. The trio are coming. Let them come. I'll be ready.
Good John, he came here to kill you.
Kill me? Ha!
They have a plan. They seem resolute.
And why should I believe you? You're ghosts, apparitions, nothing but remnants of past lives. We are messengers, John. We may be ghosts, but we bear the truth.
Believe us or not, it's your call, but we warned you.
Two-Diet Coke centers a look of confusion on his face.
Wait, you can see them too, John? I thought it was just seeing things because of all the fizzy drinks.
We are ghosts, two Diet Cokes. Ghosts from A Christmas Carol.
Oh, I see. They're your colleagues, right?
Yes, and they seem to have developed a fondness for the trio.
That's me, innit?
Yep.
We're just doing our jobs, John. Just like you are. Why did John start to probably his patience fallen thin?
Well, your job ends here.
With a wave of his hands, the ghost disintegrate. The ethereal screams echo in the chamber. Two-Diet Coke looks on in shock.
What? You killed?
I did.
What were ghosts? How did you?
I am Widehead John, two Diet Cokes, the most powerful being in the universe. Ghosts, gods, humans, matters not. I'm inevitable.
Oh, wow.
Getting serious, Marvel.
No, surely not. Surely not. It's definitely not where this is going. Don't be seeing Widehead John as just a brute like Thanos. That's definitely not this play. But yeah, the three ghosts came back just to be killed off immediately.
So technically, ghosts are already dead anyway.
Yeah, but why the John was
John's
being in the
killing
land?
it. You can kill him again. That's
True.
He started off as like God, and somehow he's been like become like some sort of space lord. But let's not question that. As we move on to Act 3, Scene 13, the commentary booth goes silent for a moment. The team looks at each other, wide-eyed, struggling to articulate what they've just witnessed.
Did he just kill the three ghosts?
Seems like it, Kim. I've seen a lot of my time, but this is something else.
Kill a ghost? That's something you don't see every day, or even in a line of work.
It's inhumane.
Well, maybe it's something more than human.
What do you imply, Joe?
I mean, why did John just kill three ghosts? Doesn't that make him more powerful than we thought?
I'm more powerful than that. He's still a ruthless, cold-blooded killer who needs to be stopped.
Well, the question is, can our trio do it?
I hope so, for all our sakes.
Really stepping up now in the second half, innit? Oh,
Getting chills.
Act 3.
Anybody else got chills?
Oh,
They're
Ross, I feel
multiplying.
some momentum's coming. Act 3, scene 14. The trio are now standing on a deserted, cold-looking planet, looking off into the distance where pulsating light can be seen.
All right, lads. I think we reached our destination. The pulsating light over there, it's got to be the place where Widehead John is hiding.
Looks like a tough climb, though. That terrain is treacherous.
Don't be such a baby, Bob. We've been through worse. Remember the planet made entirely of ham?
I'd rather not. They all shake their legs.
Ah,
All right, enough jokes. We need to get moving. Widehead John isn't going to defeat himself.
They begin to trek towards the light, tripping and stumbling along the way until they eventually reach what appears to be a massive, foreboding fortress. Well, this is it.
are we ready for this?
Well, we have to be. It's now or never.
They take a deep breath, steeling themselves for the encounter ahead. Step into the fortress. Oh my god.
Bloody hell.
But then somehow they just next scene kind of don't follow on. Act 3, scene 15. Back in the ship. The trio look on in horror as a holographic screen displays Widehead John in his own spacecraft, fast approaching theirs.
You thought you'd just fly up into the sunset, huh?
How the hell did he find us?
I don't know, Terry, but we need to prepare for an attack. They scramble around the ship, trying to start their defense systems, but it's too late. Widehead John's spacecraft shoots a massive blast, hitting the trio ship and causing it to shake violently.
Brace for impact.
They cling to whatever they can as the ship starts spiraling out of control. Widehead John laughs manically on the screen.
Enjoy your trip, boys.
With a final ear-splitting blast, the trio ship spirals out of control towards an unknown planet. We need to evacuate! They rush towards the escape pods, Terry and Bob making it in, but as Spooky tries to get in, a piece of debris hits her, causing her to collapse.
Spooky.
They rush towards her, Terry cradling her in his arms.
Stay with us, Spooky.
Spooky grimaces in pain, blood seeping through her gloves.
Oh, don't worry about me, guys. Just go.
We're not leaving you!
We stick together, remember?
Spooky tries to smile, but winces in pain. The scene ends with the trio in a dire situation. Their ship about to crash, and one of their own severely injured. We need to move on to the next scene immediately.
Just like me. I feel like Terry Peters won't ask Spooky Skank's dead then.
There's no emotion in Terry's voice there.
Terry the Robot Peters there.
He's my creation, and he's Spooky Skank.
Spooky.
Spooky.
He's dying. Spooky.
Gotta keep people on the toes, aren't you?
Oh, God. Well, get your emotions at Terry for this next scene. Act 3,
What?
scene 16. The scene continues on the crashing ship. Terry is cradling a severely wounded Spooky. Bobby's desperately trying to stabilize the ship.
Hold on, Spooky. We're gonna get help.
No, it's too late for me, Terry.
Terry chokes
Terry.
like a sob, clutching Spooky tighter.
No, it's not. We're not. We won't leave you behind.
You have to. You have to stop Widehead John.
With great effort, Spooky reaches up to touch Terry's cheek. Her hand is shaking.
Promise me, Terry. Promise me you'll stop him.
Tears are streaming down Terry's face now. He nods.
I promise, Spooky.
Spooky lets out a sigh of relief, then her hand drops from Terry's cheek.
Thank you.
With that, Spooky's eyes close. Her chest rises and falls one last time, then falls still. She's gone.
Spooky! No!
Better. Terry is sobbing now. Bob, who's been trying to fix the ship, comes over and lays a hand on Terry's shoulder. He doesn't say anything, but his sound speaks volumes. They're in the middle of a tragedy, and they've just lost a friend. Oh, my God.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, my
What a
God.
I
chill-
finally realised what was happening to Peters.
Yeah, sorry. What a chilling turn.
Not the best. Let's move on quickly.
Maybe need to go back to acting school for that one.
Act 3, scene 17. The camera cuts back to the commentary team, Vince, Kim, Joe, and Ainsley. There's a stunned silence as they absorb what they've just seen. I can't believe we just lost Spooky. She was an essential part of the team.
She was more than that. She was the glue that held them together.
This was a comedy show, not a Greek tragedy.
This is what makes the story real, Vince. We can't always expect a happy ending.
But what is at the end, Ainsley? Widehead John is still up there, and our trio's down to 2.
They're still in a fight. For Spooky.
That's right, Joe. I think we've just seen the turning point of this journey.
Turning point on that. We better get a hell of a help for this. Remember, we still got Terry and Bob. They better step up.
I have a feeling they will, Vince. They will.
The camera slowly fades out, leaving the commentary team in a somber silence. Oh my God.
Wow.
Three acts to go.
Awesome.
Although don't worry, because Act 6 is just the epilogue. It don't last long. So for us the time.
How'd you halfway through?
Right. We're more than halfway through now. but that was an emotional scene, right? That was the,
Chills, right?
you know,
Chilling.
this is cinema. Definitely not like the Marvel films, that's for sure. Definitely not following the same.
This
plot
is
line.
original. I've not seen the Marvel films, but this sounds original.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, he definitely like, it's very clear you've not seen Avengers Endgame. Anyway, Act 4, Scene 1. The scene opens with Terry and Bob mourning the loss of Spooky Skank in the spaceship. The spaceship's lights are dim, giving a somber atmosphere.
She didn't deserve this, Bob. She didn't deserve this at all.
I know, Terry, I know, but she gave her life so that we could continue. We owe her to finish what we started. The scene cuts to a display in the spaceship, showing a path to Widehead John's location.
But how can we do this, Bob? It's just the two of us now. Widehead John's got powers we can't even begin to understand.
That may be true, Terry, but remember what Spooky said before. She said we have the heart and the strength to defeat Widehead John. We just need to believe. Terry wipes away a tear and nods.
Yeah, you're right. For Spooky, for us.
They both stand up, determination on their faces. Now let's chart a course. Let's do this. They set the coordinates for Widehead John's location. They suddenly know. The spaceship's lights brighten, illuminating their resolved faces.
I love how we found his coordinates without really doing much work.
You've already entered this palace or whatever.
Yeah.
But he got knocked off course, remember, even though they were back in the ship. It all makes sense. I think. Act 4, Scene 2. The spaceship lands on a remote outpost for supplies. Terry and Bob exit the ship to scout the area. They know it's a bar and decide to go in for a drink. It's been a while since I had a good space ale. Let's hope this place has some decent ones. They enter the bar and take a seat. Suddenly the doors burst open and Stone Cold Steve Austin enters, wearing a flashy cowboy hat and carrying a laser lasso.
Well. If it isn't Terry and Bob, you're ready for another ass whooping.
Terry and Bob gasp and stand up.
Not this time, Austin. We've got a mission to finish.
They try to escape, but Austin uses laser lasso to catch Terry's foot. Terry falls, but manages to disconnect the lasso using the spoon he grabbed from the bar. Come on, Terry, we need to get out of here. They scramble out the bar, with Austin chasing them. They make it to the spaceship and take off, leaving Austin shaking his fist at them from the planet's surface.
I'll get you next time, Terry.
Inside the spaceship, Terry and Bob sigh with relief.
That was too close, Bob. We need to be more careful.
You're right. Next stop, Widehead John. Well. Austin's like a little side villain at this point.
He's almost like a joke, isn't he?
Yeah. He's popping out to kill people. Act 4.
Wow, great stuff.
Scene 3. The scene switches back to the commentator's box. The commentary team are in stitches laughing at the latest antics.
Did you say that? Austin with a laser lasso. Oh, God, this is too much.
I never thought I'd see the day. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Cosmic Cowboy. Poor Terry and Bob can't catch a break.
Yeah, but you gotta hand it to them. They're doing pretty good under pressure.
True, but I think the big showdown is still to come. We're heading towards Widehead John after all.
Yes, indeed. And that's going to be the real test.
They all got silent for a moment, contemplating a final showdown.
In the meantime, let's hope they don't run into any more cosmic cowboys here.
They all burst out laughing again, and the scene ends on a lighter note. There we go.
Nice.
I love how they're just in a great mood now, even though they're all devastated. I'm terrified. For
You got to keep your spirits up.
yeah,
Yeah,
you got to.
Yeah, you got to do what you got
Find
to
humor
do.
in the darkest places. Act 4, Scene 4. Back in deep space, the hero's spaceship breaks down. Terry and Bob decide to make a detour to Dave Meltzer's spaceport shack.
well, I'm back, man. What brings you here?
Our ship's broken down. We need another one pronto.
I got just the thing. My newest creation. That's the special from Jacksonville. She a beauty.
He points at a gleaming spaceship. Terry and Bob, however, are more interested in another ship tucked in the corner of the shop. What about that one over there? Looks sturdy.
Yeah, that old thing that's only 4.05 stars. It's built in Connecticut. You see, it just doesn't quite meet the standard.
But it was perfect for our needs.
Them's the rules, man. You can't argue with our ratings. How about you take the same star special? She won't let you down.
Terry and Bob reluctantly agree, perching the Jacksonville built spaceship. I prepare to continue their journey. Classic stuff.
Incredible.
Act 4.
And if Dave Meltz actually listen to this,
He'd love it. Sure he would.
Alvarez would.
Terry and Bob.
Ryan Alvarez.
He should come in next, actually, shouldn't he? I thought I should have made him as an assistant. Anyway, many things to do for the expanded universe, which is definitely not rip off Marvel. Terry and Bob are now inside their newly purchased spaceship, the 7-star special from Jacksonville. Terry is visibly bothered.
Dave, I got to ask, how do these ratings work? I mean, it's your system, isn't it?
Well, man, to be completely honest with you, I don't know myself.
You don't know, but you invented it.
Exactly, man. I invented it. He's like a feeling. You're like a spaceship, you feel like we're 7 stars, boom. 7-star spaceship.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Maybe not, but them the rules, man.
With that, Terry and Bob, still a bit bewildered by Dave's rating system, prepare to venture deeper into space in their new 7-star spaceship. Let's just write shit at everyone else's ratings.
It's not even
time.
subtle anymore.
No, I was going to say.
We move on. It gets worse. Act 4, Scene 6. The commentary team is in the broadcasting booth with Terry and Bob's latest interaction with Dave Meltzer playing out on screens in front of them. I gotta say, Vince, this rating system Meltzer's got, it's something else.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
Remember, guys, it's a feeling, you know.
Feeling. I'm confused, pal.
And how does a ship in Jacksonville get more stars than one from Connecticut?
It's all about location, 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 Joe.
What's next? Are we going to start raiding the planets too? This one's a 5-star because it got a view of 2 supernovas and a nice ring system.
You may be onto something there, Vince.
I give this conversation a solid 3 stars. It has good flow, but lacks the drama.
Oh, Ainsley, we're not starting this now.
Act 4, Scene 7. The commentary team continue their discussion in the broadcasting booth.
Wait a minute. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. Why the hell did the big show bob in one line in Act 3?
I figure it's for a cameo, Vince.
A cameo. He had one line. That's not a cameo. That's I don't even know what that is.
It's a spicy meat. Oh, I mean, it's a tease, Vince.
Speaking of spicy meat, why did you stop saying that, Ainsley? You used to say it all the time.
Well, Vince, we have to keep things fresh, don't we?
Fresh, Ainsley. Spicy meat was your catchphrase. You can't just drop it.
Well, maybe I'll bring it back for a special occasion.
Special occasion. The whole goddamn thing is a special occasion.
There we go. Tied a bow on that.
There we go. That's that one done.
Oh, that's all neatly wrapped up. Yeah,
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. It's good how everything just comes together sometimes, isn't it?
Have faith.
Pivotal scene next there. Act 4, Scene 8. Widehead John and 2 Diet Cokes are back in their lair amidst the sounds of a fuel energy.
You know, I've been thinking
About what?
about Spooky Skank death. It just doesn't sit right with me, you know.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Cooks, he was just an undertaker in fucking fishnets.
But still, it's just
Cooks, listen to me. We're not here to develop the emotional attachments to our enemies. We're here to destroy them.
Of course, Jumper.
No, but Cooks, or would you like to share Skank's fate? Because if you keep pushing this sentimental rubbish, I won't hesitate.
I understand this, Joe.
And another thing, that whole look was fucking creepy anyway. Good riddance.
The ratings killer.
Boom.
Good stuff.
Wow.
Bit of tension between two Diet Cokes and Widehead John there. Oh,
Yeah, not happy.
oh.
Spooky
Cinema.
Skank is done.
This is cinema. After scene 9.
Wow.
Terry and Bob enter a space cafe. They're really taking the time out of this journey. The sounds of an alien radio play softly in the background. They slide into a booth. A melancholic sounds enveloping them. The waiter, Larry Zabisco, comes over with a pot of coffee. Long faces, guys. What can I get you?
Just a coffee for now, Larry.
Bob nods in agreement, lost in thought. Larry pours their drinks and sets the pot down. You boys look like you've lost your best friend. Something like that, Larry. Larry senses the gravity of the moment. Listen, life, or whatever this is we're living in the cosmos, it's strange. We lose friends. We gain enemies. We enjoy hardships. We celebrate victories. It's a vast, swelling mess of emotion and action.
And what do we do, Larry? Why is the pain too great? When's the pain too great? When the enemy is too powerful?
Larry contemplates for a moment. We keep fighting, Terry. We pick ourselves up and we keep moving forward, one step at a time. Because if we don't, then the pen wins. The enemy wins. And that's not an option. But how do we fight when we've lost so much already? By remembering what we're fighting for. By remembering those we've lost and honoring their memory through our actions. Terry and Bob share a look. Larry's words hit home.
Thank you, Larry. We needed that.
Time, boys. Now how about some pie? The mood lightens slightly, and the scene ends as Larry heads back to the counter.
Who did Larry Zabisco call?
I don't even like coffee.
Yeah, well, you're not going to find out, Russ. Because Larry's now the good guy
What an emotional scene.
who's motivated. We just call Lembit to be like, they come in unaware. Having a good time. We don't know. Act 4, Scene 10. Terry and Bob, rejuvenated by Larry's wise words, smile faintly as they dive into the comfort of space pie. Suddenly, the cafe door slams open, shattering the peaceful atmosphere. Widehead John storms in, flanked by 2 Diet Cokes.
Found you.
Everyone in the cafe freezes. Larry, recognizing the danger, subtly reaches under the counter. Bob rises, his eyes locked on Widehead John. You don't scare us, John. Widehead John smirks.
Oh, I think I do.
Larry suddenly pulls out a futuristic blaster and fires at Widehead John, who sidesteps swiftly. The blast hitting a neon sign behind him. Pandemonium breaks loose. 2 Diet Cokes takes out his gun and points it at Terry, who has risen from his seat. Widehead John charges towards Larry, grappling for the blaster.
Larry!
Widehead John wrests control of the blaster and in one fluid motion shoots Larry. Terry and Bob watch in horror as Larry crumbles to the ground.
One down.
Turning swiftly, Widehead John spots Bob lunging at him. He fires a shot that hits Bob square in the chest. Bob stumbles and falls.
No!
Widehead John smirks, sauntering back towards the exit.
Cokes, keep the last one for me.
2 Diet Cokes nods, keeping his gun pointed at Terry. Widehead John exits, leaving a devastated Terry in the ruins of the cafe. Terry looks down at Bob, eyes filled with loss and fury. Oh my god. So it's not
Bloody
established
hell.
there, but Larry and Bob are dead. That's what happened there.
I felt
Quite
like out of the 3 deaths, Terry was more bothered about Larry's death than
Yeah.
his 2 best mates.
Larry, the guy who's had 4 jobs.
And I think Joe Gatto in my head.
The 10 coat Larry, he's more bothered about him.
But he doesn't know he's turned on him. He's the man who's dead. We'll never
Is
find
he?
out who he was calling.
Dead anyway.
will we?
Ain't
Or will we find out? Act 4, Scene 11. 2 Diet Cokes, gun trained on Terry, struggles with his conscience. Terry, taking advantage of this moment, watches Widehead John screaming orders from the doorway.
Cokes, kill him now.
Terry meets 2 Diet Cokes' gaze. Silently pleading for mercy, he sees a flicker of doubt in Cokes' eyes.
Do you really want to do this, Cooks?
2 Diet Cokes hesitates, his hand shaking.
Cokes.
Seizing the moment, Terry makes a swift move, knocking the gun from Coke's hand. He dives behind the table as the gun goes off, the blast hitting the ceiling.
Thanks for distraction, Cooks.
Terry, capitalizing on the chaos, bolts towards the back door. Widehead John turns just in time to see Terry disappear.
No!
In his anger, Widehead John whirls around and blasts two dead Kirks, who collapses. His final moments marked by shock and betrayal.
Useless!
Widehead John storms out the cafe, leaving behind a scene of devastation. Oh my god.
Cooks is dead.
Cox is
Bloody
dead.
hell.
Everyone's dead.
They're all dying.
Wow.
It's the end of the trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
God.
going to say.
It's the only way to do it.
It's all kicking off here, isn't it?
You think it's bad?
There'll be no fan fiction from this, will we?
No, absolutely not. No.
Can you imagine JP fan fiction? No, thank you.
Gross. Gross. A girl from Middlesbrough. No. Act 4.
Forgot about that.
See. Shout out to the listeners.
Up the smogs.
Act 4, Scene 12. The commentary team is gathered, their faces reflecting the shock of the recent events.
What catastrophe, folks. I can't believe what just transpired at the cafe. Why John has truly gone off the deep end.
It's a mask of Vince, Cooks, Larry, and Bob. We just lost Bob Roode.
I never thought we'd see the day when two Diet Cokes would hesitate to pull the trigger. He had his chance, and he lost it. But that hesitation, it cost him everything.
But Terry got away. He's the last man standing.
But for how long, Vince? Widehead John is not going to stop. He's out for blood.
And Terry's the one he wants.
Well, we've seen Terry face down the odds before. He's one tough son of a gun. If anyone can take on Widehead John, it's Terry.
But without Bob, without Spooky, can he really do it alone?
We're about to find out, Ainsley. We're about to find out.
Right, so guys.
This
Act
is
4, Scene 13. Widehead
Oh,
John
God.
suddenly enters the commentary team studio. He's all radiating deadly intent. The commentary team members look shocked as they realise who just stormed in.
Hello, commentators. Time for some live commentary in your own demise, isn't it?
Ainsley, being closest to the entrance, is the first to react.
Oh, blooming heck. You're not supposed to be here. This is a protected area, you overharvest brute. Protected by whom? You? Don't make me laugh.
Widehead John swiftly strikes Ainsley, sending him flying across the room.
Ainsley! Sorry.
Kim attempts to charge at Widehead John, but he immediately swats him aside.
Next up, Joe. Any last words?
Yeah, why did I have something to say? Widehead John leans in to hear Joe's words. Your head is so wide. I bet when you think, your thoughts take the scenic route. The room goes silent for a moment before Widehead John bursts out laughing.
That was a good one, Joe. You earned a quick death.
Widehead John kills Joe and turns to Vince.
Well, this is one hell of a plot twist. Even I didn't see this coming.
Oh, isn't it? Your precious commentary over, just like your life.
Widehead John ends Vince's life and stands amidst the carnage, laughing. Oh my god.
Bloody
Oh my
hell.
god, what is
Everyone's
gonna happen?
dead.
What is going to happen? Oh,
Bloody hell.
hard to take.
This
Well.
is ridiculous.
It's getting emotional now, right? You're tearing up a bit as I can sense it.
I feel it.
Should
Oh,
we move
this
into
is so bad.
Act
I did
4?
like Joe Biden line though.
Yeah, it's good, right? Spinal. Spinal joke,
It's
sorry. Gets killed. Act 4, Scene 14. The scene opens on a solitary Terry, a sea of stars visible through the window of his spaceship. He leans heavily on the control panel, gazing out into the vast void.
This journey, it's been a wild one, hasn't it? Started out as a simple fight for freedom from hell, a motley crew thrown together against our will.
He chuckles, shaking his head.
Spooky Skank, Bob, and me. What an odd trio, all right? Never quite fitting in anywhere, not even in hell, but we kind of found family in each other.
He clenches his fist.
Then Widehead John, the ultimate villain, a force of nature we were doomed to fight, and he took Skank and Bob from me.
His voice breaks.
Two souls lost in this madness. How many more have to fall?
He sighs deeply, and you found determination in his eyes.
But this isn't the end. It's far from over. I have to still have fight in me. They gave their lives so I could keep on going, but I won't let them down.
He looks at a photo of Vince and the commentary team.
But I can't do this alone. Vince, Joe, Kim, Ainsley, they've They've been there every step of the way, providing wisdom and advice and laughter. Now more than ever, I need their help.
He sets a course for the commentary team's location.
Vince, I'm coming for you. We've got a world to serve.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wow.
Powerful,
Oh, no.
powerful
Terry still
stuff.
thinks that the commentary team's alive.
Oh, and I didn't
No,
know.
no.
Doesn't know, does he?
Oh my god. Man.
Right, man. That
Act
is
4,
best.
scene 15. The scene opens on a Widehead John alone in his lair. The room is dimly lit, the atmosphere heavy and menacing. He's seated on a massive throne, fingers tapping rhythmically against the armrest.
Annoying gnats, buzzing and bumbling, always underfoot. The audacity of their resilience astounds me.
He laughs bitterly.
Terry, 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 the proverbial thorn in my side. That lowly creature has been a constant irritant, meddling in my affairs.
He rises, pacing around his throne.
He thinks he can defy me. He thinks he can stop me. He's so blinded by his self-righteous indignation, he's forgotten who he's dealing with.
He stops, leaning heavily on his throne.
I am Widehead John, the all-powerful, the inevitable. I have wiped out multitudes, crushed entire worlds.
He clenches his fists.
But perhaps it's time to show him, to show them all what I'm really capable of. Perhaps it's time I ascend, become my true ultimate form.
He laughs, a deep, terrifying sound that echoes through the chamber.
Yes, the time has come for long Widehead John Silver to emerge, and then we'll see who the real pissance is.
Oh my god.
What a callback.
What a throwback.
Yeah, setting ourselves up for an ultimate showdown here. Ultimate showdown. Act 4, scene 16. The scene opens on a desolate commentary booth. Terry stumbles in, the shock on his face palpable as he surveys the carnage.
No, this can't be.
He rushes to Vince's lifeless body, falling to his knees beside him. He picks up a set of Vince's headphones, echoing with the faint whispers of the commentary team.
Red sausages. How could I have not known?
Next, he moves to Ainsley, cradling a broken whisk in hand. Terry picks it up. The echo of Ainsley's voice reverberates through his mind.
Ah, that's spicy meat.
Tears streaming down his face. Terry moves to Kim and Joe. The bodies lying close together.
It's just a bit of glitter, Vince.
Again, it's a slanty word for bread sausage. With a scream of anguish, Terry drops the whisk and headphones, his hands clenched into fists.
Why, John? This was too far.
He falls to his knees amidst the fallen friends. He sobs, echoing through the silent booth.
I will avenge you. I swear it.
The scene. Right, I'll just move straight on because I've just done an accent. Act 4, scene 17. The scene opens with Terry sitting in the eerie silence of the commentary booth. His eyes are red and his shoulders heavy. He wipes his eyes and looks down to his pocket, noticing a bulge that wasn't there before.
What's this?
Pulling out a crumpled note, he unfurls it to reveal hastily scribbled space coordinates and a phrase written in familiar handwriting.
X274Y328Z12142. We're in endgame now, TDC.
The initial spark of memory in Terry's mind, causing him to gasp.
2 Diet Cokes. He was helping me all along.
Standing up, Terry clutches the note tightly in his hand.
All right, John, this ends now.
He storms out of the booth, determination burning in his eyes. The final shot lingers on the carnage left behind in the commentary booth before cutting to black. Oh my god! What a twist! What a twist!
This is something else.
This is cinema.
This is incredible work.
Are you ready for the final? Act 6 is just the epilogue, right? It's not. This is the final. This is the main. This is the real
business.
This is the real quiz. 2 Diet Cokes are on Terry's side this entire time.
Bloody hell!
Oh,
Wow.
everyone's dead.
No one saw that coming.
There's only 2 characters left. What the rest of us going to do?
I've got
Find
a busy couple of acts coming up.
Definitely not like Marvel. The scene opens on an eerily quiet planet. The stars twinkle above in the vastness of the dark sky. The barren landscape stretches far into the distance, a desolate, deserted place. Terry steps off his ship, his eyes searching into the desolate expanse before him. He looks exhausted, his face etched with sorrow and determination.
I'm here, just as the note said, just as you wanted, Cokes.
He walks forward, his boots crunched on the rocky ground. He pulls the note from his pocket, glances at the coordinates scrawled in it, then scans the horizon, but there's no sign of Widehead John.
Widehead John, I'm here. Show yourself.
But there's no answer. The only sound is the wind whistling through the silent expanse, carrying away his words. Terry waits, his heart pounding in his chest, his fingers clenching and unclenching around the note in his hand.
Oh, I guess it's not going to be that easy.
He crumbles the note in his fist, determination hardening in his eyes, and starts to venture deep into the desolate landscape. The eerie silence stretches on, a stark reminder of the long, lonely path ahead.
Here we go.
Cinema, here we go. Here we fucking go, guys. Here we go. Act 5, Scene 2. The scene continues on a barren planet. Terry's been walking for what seems like hours. His figure is but a small speck on the vast emptiness. Suddenly, the silence is broken by a deafening roar. Terry stops in his tracks, turning in circles, his eyes darting around the desolate landscape.
What the hell was that?
Suddenly, the ground begins to shake, and a giant figure rises in front of him, casts a long, foreboding shadow. It's Widehead John. But he's transformed, bigger and more terrifying than ever before.
Welcome, Terry. I've been expecting you.
Terry looks up, his eyes wide with surprise and fear, but he quickly regains his composure and stands tall, ready to face the monster.
John, this ends here.
Widehead John laughs, the sound echoing across the barren planet. He raises a hand, and Terry is sent flying back by an invisible force. Force.
Invisible
Do you
source.
really think you can defeat me, Terry? I'm the most powerful being in the universe.
Terry struggles to stand, wincing in pain. He looks up at Widehead John, determination burning in his eyes.
We'll see about that, John.
Ruined the emotion with the sauce there, didn't he? But
Yeah, it was looking well. He took us right out of it.
Then ketchup came into play.
we're back. Act 5, Scene 3. At least your voice is getting a rest now, Russ.
That's true, yeah.
The confrontation between Terry and Widehead John rages on. Terry is still struggling to regain his footing, but stands his ground. Widehead John towers over him, amused by Terry's defiance.
John, you really know how to pick your fight locations. I mean, a barren wasteland in deep space? Bit melodramatic, don't you think?
Widehead John pauses, a puzzled look on his face.
Deep space? Terry, you buffoon. We're in Middlesbrough.
Terry blinks, looking around the desolate surroundings with renewed surprise.
Middlesbrough, are you serious?
Widehead John nods, gesturing around.
We've lost our listener.
Look around, Terry. This is the heart of northeast England. The barren wasteland is just, well, unfortunate coincidence.
Terry scratches his head, looking around skeptically.
Well, if you say so. Still feels a lot like deep space to me.
Widehead John laughs, the sound echoing ominously through the desolate landscape.
Perhaps, but regardless of where we are, Terry, this will be your final resting place.
Terry stiffens, his determined gaze fixed on Widehead John.
We'll see about that, John.
Unnecessary
Good.
shade at Middlesbrough.
Yeah. Did you do that? Or was that ChatGPT?
Yeah, I did that. Fuck him. Right,
Okay,
Act 5.
bastards.
Act 5, Scene 4. Terry squares off against Widehead John, his jaw set in grim determination. He lunges, delivering a powerful punch that seems to hang in the air for an eternity before it connects. Widehead John simply laughs, taking the hit with ease.
Is that all you've got, Terry?
Widehead John retaliates, sweeping Terry off his feet and into the air with a single powerful swipe of his arm. Terry crashes onto the desolate ground, the impact reverberating through his body.
I'm not done yet.
Widehead John looms over Terry, the anticipation of his victory clear in his wide, manic grin.
Oh, I think you are, Terry. I think you very much are.
As the scene closes, Terry lies beaten and battered on the ground. Widehead John's menacing figure casts a long, ominous shadow over him. Oof. Here we go.
Wow.
Here we go. Definitely an original concept in this scene. Act 5, Scene 5.
LFG.
On a desolate wasteland, Terry is sprawled out on the ground, his body aching with pain. Widehead John towers over him, a triumphant smile spread across his wide face.
It's over, Terry. You can't possibly.
Just then, a faint crackling sound echoes through the barren silence. Terry squints, straining his ears. The voice is faint, barely above a whisper, but unmistakably familiar.
And you left, Terry.
Terry's eyes widen in surprise. He slowly turns his head, his eyes searching the desolate landscape. The scene ends on his look of shock and horror. Wow. What do you mean?
I just see what's coming there.
What do you mean? It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Act 5, Scene 6. The desolate wasteland suddenly comes alive with a series of portals of opening. Starting with one on Terry's left, out steps two Diet Cokes, unharmed and determined.
We're going to leave you alone here, Terry.
A gasp escapes Terry's lips as a second portal appears, and out steps Cilla Black, her eyes full of resolve.
Surprise, surprise, Terry.
The next portal opens, and all 5 members of the Backstreet Boys step forward, their faces stern and ready for battle.
Backstreet's back. All right.
The next appears Larry Zabisco, tools in hand and a fire in his eyes. Guess this old mechanic still has some fight left in him. Vince then steps through, looking quite out of place, but ready to face the danger.
I might not understand baguettes, but I sure as hell understand this.
Ainsley follows, holding a spatula in one hand and a frying pan in the other.
Icy meat, John. Your time is up.
Kim steps forward, clutching a microphone.
Well, John, this is one commentary you won't like.
Joe steps out, his eyes squinting at Widehead John. Never been one for pulling threads, but I'd say it's about time we unraveled you, John. Another portal opens, and Anthony Wall Thompson steps forward, holding a wheel of cheese and a bottle of wine.
Ready for your last meal, John?
Widehead John's eyes widen in disbelief as he takes in the sight of the fallen allies, now standing strong. Terry stands up, renewed energy surging through him.
We're in endgame now, John.
Oh my god, what an original idea. Oh my god. The drama. The drama.
Outstanding.
Act 5. Scene 7. The portals continue to open, and next to arrive at a free ghost from A Christmas Carol. They drift eerily towards Terry.
We've seen your past, Terry. It's time for you to shape your future.
You're not alone in this moment, Terry.
Make sure there's a future left after this, Terry. Two Diet Cokes glances around at the gathered ensemble.
Is everyone here?
One of the ghost of Christmas past, chuckles.
But you wanted more.
Just as he finishes speaking, another portal opens and out steps Bob Roode. His face is determined. Never underestimate the good old tag team, Cokes. Another portal opens, and there, to everyone's shock, is a Spooky Skank. Back from the dead, Terry's breath hitches in his throat as tears fill his eyes.
What's the matter, Terry? You seen a ghost?
The scene ends with Terry and his allies standing strong, ready to face Widehead John. My God, this is
Bloody
emotional
hell.
now. What a scene. It's not over yet. I hope you're following the actual. You could put this to music with the actual scene, if there wasn't an actual scene, because this is the original. But it goes.
Well,
Act 5, Scene 8. Terry, teary-eyed, faces his friends who return from beyond, but before he can say a word, the ground begins to shake and a larger portal opens up. The crowd parts to be lembic, flanked by a motley crew of minor British celebrities.
Terry, it's time for your final act. Are you ready? Cheese and wine in the house if we survive this.
And remember, Terry, never submit, never tap out.
All right, you've got your back, Terry.
That was Esther Hansen.
I don't know. Yeah, make sure Widehead John pays the right price.
David Dickinson.
Real dicko.
This is one hell of a show.
Howell Parliament, Steve Davis, and other celebrities all voice their support. Terry takes a moment to look around at everyone rallying for him and makes a surprise and determination on his face.
Let's do this. For Skank, for Bob, for everyone.
The scene ends on a high note of camaraderie and resolve. My God.
And I realised Jimmy Carr was more Basil Brush.
Yeah, the laugh was good. Got it straight away.
Boom, boom.
Right, here we go with this next one. Act 5, Scene 9. Widehead John, watching the show sold out for Terry, grins wickedly.
You think you got friends, Terry? I can show you something better.
With a thunderous clap, the ground opens up and hundreds of Widehead Johns from all the universes begin to appear. Each one looks different from the next, showcasing a range of bizarre and menacing looks.
I'm Roundhead John. Did someone say there's a party?
I'm Longhead John. I've been waiting for a good fight.
There it goes. I'm now That's him. And there's a Terry that needs some knocking around.
I'm even Widehead John. Let's show him what Johns are made of.
All the wider Johns laugh menacingly, their collective voices echoing off the barren wasteland.
This is gonna be fun, Terry.
Oh, God, we've got a battle.
Wow.
I enjoyed all the
What am I
Johns
saying?
turning up.
You've just wait, Terry Peters.
Act 5, Scene 10. The vast crowd of friends and foes face each other, their eyes fixed on their rivals. There's a moment of silence before the bickering begins.
I heard in my universe, Terry, you're just a janitor.
Well, in this one, you're about to be mopped up.
Two Diet Coke laughs.
Oh, you rounded. You've seen a good cheese board.
At least, that's the same voice again, isn't it? At least I know what a baguette is. Laughter from Terry's side.
All right, everyone. This is Peter's posse. Assemble.
As the wide echoes, the united team charges towards the mob of wider Johns. An epic battle ensues, lasers and punches filling the air, each side determined to win.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
This is it. This is the end game. Act 5, Scene 11. The battle rages on. Lasers and fists flying every which way. Everyone is putting up a fight.
I never liked you, Terry, not even in my universe.
Fusion's mutual long body.
Terry ducks a punch, counters with a swift uppercut, sending Longbody stumbling back.
You can't even fight properly, Terry.
Well, maybe you should give me some pointers, huge head.
He says as he evades an attack, spinning around to deliver a kick.
Terry, face it, you're outnumbered.
The math isn't on your side either, Widehead.
He takes aim and fires a laser at Widehead John, who narrowly avoids it. The battlefield is chaotic, but amidst the fighting, the humour and camaraderie of Terry's side is evident. They exchange jokes, insults, and encouragement, keeping their spirits high, even in the heat of the battle. Oh, God.
Bloody hell.
Act 5, Scene 12. The tide of the battle starts to turn in favour of the wider Johns. Terry, Skank, and Bob huddled amongst the chaos.
Look.
He points towards his glowing chest on the ground.
Conan's treasure. That's what we were looking for all this time. It was right there.
All the more reason to make sure Wider John doesn't get it.
Agreed, but how do we get to it? There's a sea of wideheads between us and the chest.
We're going to have to make a run for it. Skank, you and Coates keep the Johns busy. Bob, you're with me. We're going for the treasure.
I got your back, Terry. Let's do this. Terry and Bob prepare themselves for a daring run towards the chest, the potential turning point of the battle. What could happen here? What could happen here? Act 5, Scene 13.
Can I just say, I have not seen Endgame, so I genuinely don't know what's going to happen.
Have you not seen Endgame? Have everyone seen it?
Yeah.
I should watch it. Is it hooking you in? If this
Yeah,
was
it is,
Endgame.
yeah.
'Cause it's, we don't know if it is, obviously.
I'm only watching the right way around, so when he watches Endgame now, it's like, oh, what a rip-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Space suplex.
Totally an Oliver original. Yeah. Act 5, Scene 13. The battle rages on with minor British celebrities and ghosts fighting an army of wider Johns. Vince, Joe, Kim, and Ainsley are seen together, fighting back to back.
Well, it's like this. I didn't expect my day to turn out like this.
Really? You shocked by this? If you see the rest of the play?
I'm just glad I wore my fighting heels today.
My darling, there's no time like the present to spice up your life.
The four continue fighting the wider Johns, occasionally throwing out humorous remarks. The audience can hear laughter above the din of the battle.
Ainsley, I think of putting together a cookbook for battle recipes.
Oh, you bet. Ainsley Harriet's Combat Kitchen, spice up your fight. What do you think?
Just make sure it has a chapter on how to properly cook a wider John.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll go down nice and chianti and some fava beans.
They all laugh and continue to fight, creating a light-hearted moment in the middle of the chaotic scene. I think it's fair to say that at this point the AIs forgot who Kim Jong-un is.
Yeah.
And they just insert a random woman called Kim into the commentary team.
Even better.
As we continue. Act 5, scene 14. The scene starts with Terry and two Diet Cokes off to the side of the battle, close to Conan's treasure.
Terry, this treasure is the key to stopping Widehead John, but it comes with a price.
Price? What kind of price we're talking about here?
If you use it, everyone will forget about your heroics. You'll go back to being a nobody.
A nobody, huh? That's one way to reboot the franchise.
Oh, what? Reboot the what?
Terry pats two Diet Cokes on the shoulder, smile a little.
Never mind, mate. Just a lot to think about. Being forgotten.
The scene ends with Terry staring at the treasure, his expression filled with hesitance and conflict. If you ruin it, how are we going to have sequels? You've got your answer, haven't you? Act 5, scene 15. The scene starts in the middle of the battlefield, where Hamcho Man and Big Show are locked in combat with several Widehead John variants.
Oh, God. I've handled beef brains before, brother.
The rest of the Peters posse are in their own scuffles. Everyone's showing some strain, but still fighting on.
I didn't come back from the dead. You know. Jesus, well, I won't help here. I'm afraid. Let's hope my SUPLEX skills transfer to combat.
Off to the side, the Backstreet Boys, in a harmonized war cry, take down a couple of Widehead variants.
Quit playing games with our hearts. I don't know the tune.
The scene ends with a rallying cry for Dave Meltzer.
Seven stars, walk, 7 stars, keep fighting.
I don't know why I decided to put Dave Meltzer. There we go. Act 5, scene 16.
This is emotional.
Terry grapples with a Widehead variant, managing to throw him off and snatch the treasure chest. He hesitates, his mind in turmoil. Suddenly, the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future float up to him.
Remember, Terry, you were once nothing, but it didn't stop you from becoming something.
Look around you, Terry. Look at the love and the camaraderie that surrounds you. All of this because of your actions and your choices.
Well, don't forget, Terry, because you have just affected its course. What matters is not the memory, but the impact. Terry, now in deep thought, nods and is about to open the chest when suddenly, Widehead John swipes it from his hands, a triumphant look on his face.
Thanks for the treasure, Terry. Time to end this.
Oh my God. Can you see where this is going? Isn't it exciting? Act 5, scene 17. Widehead John raises the treasure chest above his head, a triumphant smirk on his face. He starts to speak.
You know, Terry, when I first started this journey, I was just a head. Widehead, to be exact. I had dreams, ambitions, plans. But look at me now, standing here, holding the ultimate treasure. Isn't it wonderful, Terry? I took from you your friends, everything, and yet you are here, nothing but a mere man against the universe. I killed your friends, I destroyed worlds, I brought upon chaos. And why? Because it was inevitable. But just like this moment, Terry, just like this moment when I finally win, I have the power, I have the treasure. I have become the most powerful being in the universe. It was always going to be this way, because, Terry, I am inevitable.
Triumphant grin on Widehead John's face freezes when Terry, who is now donning the golden mustache, steps forward with a determined look.
And I am Terry fucking Peters.
With a swift move, Terry snaps his fingers. A blinding light fills the scene as it ends.
Wow, this is something else.
That
That was the best delivered line I've ever heard.
I know, that was the best monologue of all time. What do you mean, Terry's? I was encapsulated. I said I read this before.
Great stuff.
For you, you've got no idea what's going on. Have you?
I don't have a clue.
Act 5, scene 18. With a snap of Terry's fingers, a ripple moves through the battlefield. Widehead John's triumphant grin falters. He looks at his variants, confusion mounting as they start to flicker in and out of existence.
What? What have you done, Terry?
Terry, breathing heavily, smiles.
Just even in the odds.
A roar of battle cries from the Peters posse cuts through the air as they press forward with renewed vigour. The tide of the battle begins to turn, the Widehead variants disappearing one by one. They fight, but the struggle is futile.
Look, they're disappearing. Terry's playing words.
The battlefield is now alive, and the sound of victory is one by one. The Widehead variants fade into nothingness. Terry turns to see Bob Roode, and Spooky Stank still standing, still fighting. Their faces are a mixture of surprise and relief. Well, I'll be damned. He actually did it.
Boy, done good.
The battlefield is growing silent as the last of the Widehead variants vanishes. Terry looks to Widehead John, a satisfying smile on his face.
Looks like it's just you and me now, John.
Widehead John, left alone, looks around aghast. The scene ends as Terry steps forward, ready for the final confrontation.
In the next scene.
Act 5, scene 19. Terry approaches Widehead John. A determined look on his face. Widehead John, defeated and alone, waits for the end. Suddenly, a figure bursts from the shadows. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. He charges at Terry, brandishing a knife.
Surprise, you son of a bitch.
With lightning speed, he stabs Terry in the face. Terry stumbles back. A look of shock in his face as he collapses to the ground. Terry! From the sidelines, Vince McMahon surges forward, his face a mask of rage. He tackles Austin to the ground.
You've done enough, Austin.
They grapple, fists flying, but Vince is driven by a fury that Austin can't match. Vince delivers a final bone country punch, and Austin goes still. As the dust settles, all eyes turn to Terry, lying motionless on the ground. Vince looks at his fallen friend, grief etched onto his face.
Terry, no.
So I've ended the feud there because Vince has killed Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, that's what it ends. That's the order end.
That's it. That's the end of it.
Wow.
But Act 5, scene 20. Widehead John, having recovered from his shock, grins widely, ready to seize his victory. Suddenly, he's hit on either side of the head with 2 Diet Coke bottles. The impact takes off the side of his head, giving him a normal head.
What the?
He falls to the ground, groaning in pain. The crowd turns to see 2 Diet Cokes holding 2 more Diet Coke bottles, a grim look of satisfaction on his face.
2 day cooks on the house.
He tosses the bottle aside and steps forward, looking at the newly normal-headed John on the ground.
That's for Terry.
The onlookers cheer, but the victory is bittersweet. Terry lies unmoving. The war isn't over yet. Wow. That's how it ends for Widehead John. Normal-headed.
This is great.
I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. Stick with us. Act 5, scene 21. The crowd watched in shock as Terry stares, pulling out the knife that had been lodged in his face. It is the golden mustache that stopped the blade.
Bloody hell. This mustache is really good for something.
He throws the knife aside and struggles to his feet, looking at normal-headed John, who's lying on the ground, twitching.
This is for everyone you've ever hurt, Widehead.
With a determined look, he twitches his golden mustache. Widehead John starts to scream in pure anguish. His form begins to disintegrate, starting from his now normal head, until there's nothing left but a pile of ashes.
That's for messing with Terry. Fucking Peters.
The crowd erupts into cheers. The battle is finally over. Terry stands in the midst of it all, looking down at where Widehead John once was. Oh my God.
Bloody hell.
The scene's nearly over. Act 5, scene 22. The celebration continues. The Peters posse hug each other, laugh, cry, and share their victory. Bob, Skank, and a few others take turns to express their thoughts. Well, that was a right Royal Rumble, wasn't it?
You ain't wrong, Bob. Never thought I'd see the day when we beat Widehead John.
Well, that's one spicy meatball we won't be seeing again.
Terry, you did it, mate.
Terry smiles and nods, but as he turns around, Vince interrupts.
Hold on a minute. Who the fucking hell is this bald car?
Terry's smile faultless. The realization hits him like a ton of bricks. No one remembers who he is. No one remembers his heroics. The world's indeed forgotten Terry Peters, the hero. He takes a deep breath, holds his head high, and starts to walk away.
I am Terry fucking Peters, and that's all you need to know.
He walks off into the unknown, leaving behind the people he once knew and the world he once saved. End of scene.
Terry Peters is a badass.
Been telling you that for years.
It's a badass lad to leave that.
That's the end of the movie. So I guess these bits you'd think of as It's just a bit of an epilogue now, after the battle in Endgame and they all.
Right, yeah.
You've seen it, right, Ross?
Post
that's-
credits.
Yeah, sort of throughout the credits, a short epilogue.
Wow.
Act 6, scene
That
1.
was incredible.
You also are you watching?
I am.
Are you
Tear in
emotional?
my eye.
Ending on a nice way for Terry there as well. Well, sort
Yeah,
of.
great stuff.
Everyone's forgotten him, but he's alive, which you didn't see coming. The epilogue, scene 1. The scene opens with the commentary booth set against a backdrop of what looks like a large wrestling ring, now deserted. The air is quiet, an eerie contrast to the boisterous energy that usually filled the area. Vince, Joe, Kim, and Ainsley sit, reminiscing about the past and wondering about the future.
Well, that's the end of my lucky Mondays. I never thought I'd see the day.
I suppose it had to end at some point. Everything does.
The show might be over, but life goes on, and so will we. I think we might start out my own show.
I've been thinking of opening a spicy meat restaurant, Harriet's Hotspots. What do you think?
I've been in the wrestling business for too long. Maybe it's time to try something new. And have you ever tried acting?
I might go back to politics. Seems like the world could use some good old-fashioned diplomacy.
And I'll be going back to North Korea. There's a lot of work to be done there.
The four of them continue to discuss their future plans, each with their own hopes and dreams, marking the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. That's the first epilogue done. Right, I forgot to put a title on this one, but you can see it. Act 6, Scene 2. The scene opens with Steve Austin sitting in a defendant's booth, looking perplexed. Judge Larry Zabisco presides over the court. The court is in a state of confusion. Order! Can anyone on this court please remind me who the victim is in this case? There's a moment of silence as everyone looks at each other, scratching their heads. Anyone? Ross, do the court report, you might as well.
I'm afraid, Your Honor, we don't have any missing information about the victim. All documents mentioned is a charge of attempted murder against Mr. Austin.
Well, there ain't a victim. Why am I here? It doesn't make a lack of sense.
I don't know. It seems like the victim's identity has been forgotten. The entire courtroom is silent. The absurdity of the situation sinks in. Steve Austin just shrugs, while Judge Zabisco looks confused, trying to figure out what to do next. A nice little scene there. So that's the scene. Act 6, Scene 3. The lodge. The scene opens in the lodge, filled with minors, British daytime TV celebrities. They're all laughing and enjoying themselves.
No, the company here is just splendid, isn't it? I never thought I'd find such joy in the midst of such strangeness, and the cooking here is, well, let's just say different. Aye, it's certainly unique. It almost feels like a dream, doesn't it? It's not David Wilson.
Susan Boyle. Just then, Lembit Opik takes the stage, microphone in hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We have some new faces joining us in our humble abode.
Everyone falls silent and turns to Lembit. He steps aside, revealing the Backstreet Boys.
Please give a warm welcome to the Backstreet Boys.
Everyone erupts in applause. Some even stand up and cheer as the famous boy band enters the room. Looking a little out of place, but genuinely unhappy. Genuinely happy. Everyone's getting a lovely happy ending, aren't they?
Yes, good stuff.
Not more so than this scene. Act 6, Scene 4. The scene opens in a cozy house. Bob Roode and Spooky Skank are lounging on a comfortable looking sofa, enjoying a quiet evening. You ever get the feeling there used to be more of us?
Yeah, I've been thinking that too. Like there should be 3 of us or something.
Yeah, but who could it have been? They both stay silent for a moment, contemplating. The fireplace crackles in the background.
You know what? Maybe there should be 3 of us.
What do you,
I mean,
what do
Let's
you
start
mean?
let's start a family. We have so much love to give.
You know, that's not a bad idea. Let's do it.
Whoa.
They both
Who's doing
smile
this
at each
next
other.
character, though?
A new, exciting future ahead of them. You all right?
Who's doing the next one?
You.
Right,
It makes sense if you read the Act 6, Scene 5, the final scene.
Okay.
The scene is set in a dimly lit space bar. Terry Peters, looking weary and lonely, steps in and sits on a bar stool behind the bar. The bartender is busy cleaning glasses.
You know, I used to be somebody. I traveled through the galaxies, fought fierce battles, and even saved the universe twice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but nobody remembers it now. Not a soul.
There's a moment of silence between them. Terry Peters looks deeply to his empty glass.
Give me a gluten-free herbal IPA.
Sorry, mate. The best I can do is do that, Cooks.
Terry Peters looks up, surprised. As the bartender turns around, it's revealed that he is 2 Diet Cokes. He winks at Terry.
Long time no see, Terry.
The stage goes black. The end.
Oh my lord.
Wow.
That was cinema.
Cinema.
That was outrageous.
It really was, wasn't it?
What an end.
What an end.
A fitting end.
I think we can go off in many different spin-offs now.
I tell you what, I'm not interested in seeing Spooky Skank and Bob Roode have fun.
That was one of the. I asked ChatGPT for some like sequel ideas or some spin-offs, and that was one that came up with.
Well, like a sitcom.
A family sitcom. That's having the baby. He also came up with 2 Diet Cokes on the Rock, which is a prequel. Explain the life of 2 Diet Cokes.
Wow, there. Come on. Come on. Let's do that. Immediately.
Well, it could spin off into a different universe now. Let's get it. What else did it come up with? The Commentator Chronicles, which focuses on the lives of the 4 commentators. Steve Austin, Cold Justice, an action-packed crime drama featuring Steve Austin attempting to clear his name.
Oh my god.
A Luchador's Legacy, The Quest for Conan's Treasure. Oh yeah, Skank and Rude, Cosmic Parenthood.
Brilliant.
So
let us know, guys, if you're interested in any of them.
That'll be the spin.
Put a poll out, Lou. Whatever gets the most votes is what we do.
Yeah. I thought Skank and Rude, but the more I think about it, Stone Cold Justice kind of has a ring to it.
Wow. That was glorious. Do you know what? I normally get bothered for not wrapping this up quickly, but I don't think there's anything else to say.
No.
That was our summer special. Terry Peters, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Aaron, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Lou, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bob Roode, thanks for joining us.
Glorious.
Thank you everybody for listening, and join us next week for another episode of Wrestling Around.